Okay, are we live here? Let me just double check just to make sure we really are live. Let me see here. But I think we are. Everything should be coming through correctly. Yes, it is. Hello, everyone. How are you all doing, fellas? Hello there, Dr. Kebab, Luis, Marcel, Draconian. Hello, Starbag. Hello, everyone. I hope you are all doing extremely well and having a wonderful Sunday. And let's play some TF2 together and have a lot of fun. And also, Hovi Sniper is here as well. How are you doing, my friend Hovi? I'm doing very well. Just enjoying myself here, for sure. I hope you are doing well as well. And Minctory, hello there, Minctory. Glad to have you here as well, my friend. And as you can see, fellas, we will be playing today on the Miami server. So feel free to join, even if you are not from North America. I myself am from Brazil and we will be playing with some latency, but we'll have a lot of fun regardless, so feel free to join. The IP is this one, and it is also in the description down below for you fellas to check out. If you don't know how to connect to community servers, all you have to do is copy the IP that's in the description for the Miami server. Then you come here, find the game, community servers, and then in the favorites tab, you click on this button here, add a server, and then you paste in the IP and click to add it to your favorites, and it will show up in this screen. And then you'll be able to play with us here. We're already having a lot of fun with the good people. You see Demo Bravo, Your Last Grape, Hovi Sniper is also here, Loxy, Minctory, Free to Play Noob, Brandon No, Uncle Leo, Goblin, Cereja, and TTV Pog is also here with us. And today I want to play some Scouts with the shortstop. It's been a while since I've played with it. It's not really a scatter gun that I really like using, but it can be fun sometimes, and I'll try it out. Uncle Leo just exploded there, okay. So funny. I'll try it out just to, try something different. I think it could be interesting. So yeah, come play with us. TF2 is always a good time. So let's enjoy together. And also Christian, hello there Christian, enjoying the new outro and saying you are very good at Source Filmmaker. Thank you very much, Christian. Actually, the outro that I used in my last video, the new outro animation, wasn't made by me. It was actually made by Hovi Sniper, Hovi Sniper, which is also there on chat. He's a very talented source filmmaker animator. okay, Cereja, that was a good one. And he made that outro for me as a commission. I commissioned him to make that animation for me. So yeah, the previous one I used, I made myself. But the latest one, I commissioned Hovi to do for me. Because I had a lot to do and my Source Filmmaker stopped working on my Linux install here for whatever reason. It seems like it isn't a Linux related bug, it's really a Source Filmmaker related bug, but it won't work on my machine anymore. I don't know why. And that's why I asked Hovi to make one for me. And it was very good, If you need some Source Filmmaker animations, go ask Hovi and commission his work, Always pay the artists who make commissions for you. That's something I think is very important. So ask Hovi out for a commission if you enjoyed that. And thank you very much. I really appreciate you appreciated the outro animation. It's something I really like, that animation at the end. I actually, Hovi, if you are listening, I have to ask you if you can send me some image renders of the animation. I'll give you the details later and we can talk about prices and stuff like that, but I'll need some renders from the animation to update the banner on my channel. Simple stuff, but I'll tell you the details later. Don't really worry about it now, okay? I'm done for here. I'm done for. The scout's gonna kill me. Come on, scout, just kill me already. I am done for. Come on, scout. I don't believe I survived that situation. Let's grab. Okay, but Uncle Leo Uncle Liu came to avenge his fellow teammate. So yeah. Hey, Migatug is there, and Sofek, hello there. And Heman saying that the creature approaches. I'm looking forward to it, Heman. Always nice to play with you, my friend. And Hiao, hello there, Hiao. One of our channel members. Glad to have you here, very nice. And Hobbs is Nipa saying, for sure, just DM me the details. Yeah, I'll do that soon after this stream, Hobby. You know, but it is very simple stuff. Don't really worry too much about it. Okay, just died to the soldier. Perhaps I should not be going through doors like this. Hey, Galo there on chat. Hello there, Galo. Nice to have you here as well. Welcome to the stream. And you know, about Source Filmmaker not working on my computer anymore, I actually started using Blender for my thumbnails. You know, to make the posters for my thumbnails. Previously, I would do them myself on Source Filmmaker, and after Source Filmmaker stopped working on my machine, my wife was making the thumbnails for me on her computer, because she also knows how to use Source Filmmaker, and she's actually a better thumbnail designer than I am, at least in terms of good aesthetics, you know. I think I make thumbnails that are more eye-catching than hers, but she makes prettier thumbnails, you know, they are more pleasing to the eye, I'd say. Here we have Uncle Liu. Uncle Liu trying to hit me with the fish, I think. Always nice to see you memeing, my friend, you know, trying some sort of funny strategy. So good. Could not hit that pyro there. Okay, let's retreat. I don't want to be caught against a pyro here in that situation. That could end poorly for me. Yeah, there they are. Let's see if I can help my teammates. Yeah, don't rush my teammates, Mr. Pyro. Stay back, for sure. But as I was saying, I've been using Blender for my thumbnails recently. There is this other YouTuber, I think the name of his channel is His Animations. You know, that's the name of the channel, His Animations, all together in one word. And I don't know if he made the ports, or if he sort of like gathered stuff that was already available around and kind of like compiled it in one package. I don't really know how much of the work he did it himself. It sounded to me like it was a large part of it was his own work, but also like part of it was a community effort. But I'm not sure. You have to go check out his YouTube channel. But he made some parts of the TF2 models and textures, you know, and there's even a custom shader for Blender to simulate the Source Filmmaker lighting. And he did that for Blender and released it to the public, you know. Pretty good stuff and very handy to use. And I check out his channel, you know, and his tutorials, and started using his Blender port of the TF2 models and materials. And it was great, you know, because Blender is a lot better than Source Filmmaker, you know, in terms of 3D rendering and even simple user interface and user experience. I think Blender is excellent, especially in comparison to the mess that is Source Filmmaker, really. So I really appreciate it, you know, that we can use the TF2 models in Blender to make thumbnails. And at first, you know, the lighting and the shading was a bit weird, but since I've started using the custom shader that was published by His Animations, it really is the best thing ever, you know. If you are still using Source Filmmaker, you know, for example, Hobbin Sniper, perhaps for animation it wouldn't be as handy, but if all you are doing is posing characters over a green screen or something like that, then by all means try using Blender, you know, if you already know your way in Blender, I think you really enjoy that, and that's the case for me. I actually know a bit of how to use Blender and highly recommend it. Excellent software, 3D modeling and animation and rendering software, excellent stuff, and also free. You don't have to pay anything to use it. I'll never understand, you know, in terms of paid proprietary software, I'll never understand why so many people still pay for, you know, Maya licenses, for Adobe licenses, stuff like that, when you can use free software without paying anything, really. I don't get it. I was checking out, you know, the other day, just how much does it cost to have a business license for Maya, the other 3D modeling program that is very popular and proprietary and a paid software. And you know, it is thousands of dollars if you are like a business and you want to use that software. And I'm always like, why would you pay thousands of dollars to use Maya when you can use Blender for free, you know? Especially if you are sort of like an independent company or something like that, you know? Really doesn't make much sense for me. So check out Blender, fellas, it is great. I've been using it for my thumbnails. Highly recommend it. Hey, Team Boulder, hello there, and Charlie Fish, hello there as well, my friend. Glad to have you here, Charlie Fish. Always nice when you show up on stream. So yeah, I think that for TF2 animations, the problem with using Blender would be that there's a lot of stuff on the Source Filmmaker workshop that's very handy, and you don't have that in Blender. You know, you would have to somehow port it, and that's a lot of work. So perhaps for animators, Gmod and Source Filmmaker are still better. You know, if you want to use the TF2 maps, the TF2 characters, you know, the built-in animations that they have, I don't think any of that has been ported to Blender yet. But for simple thumbnail work, just posing characters, you know, perhaps with 1 or 2 cosmetics in front of a green screen, then go with Blender. You know, it's been a great experience to switch my workflow to Blender. I really enjoyed it. So yeah. Hey, Hansel there, hello there, Hansel. How are you doing? Glad to have you here. Come play with us if you can. It would be very nice, very nice. And Charlie Fish is saying, yeah, Blender is great. I use it to combine image sequences to make my animations. Yeah, you know, that's a good way to go about it, Charlie Fish, for sure. When I would render animations on Source Filmmaker, I never got the built-in plugin to work in Source Filmmaker for whatever reason, to render the animation as a video file. It would always crash or bug in some weird manner for me. So what I would do is export it as image sequences and an audio file, and then I would use a program to put all that together in a video, you know, an external program. Blender is great for that. You can even do some compositing, you know, it has a built-in compositor, and you can also edit videos in Blender. It is a very powerful software, so it's handy for that. In my case, I would actually combine all the image sequences in the Linux terminal, you know, with a text command. For me, that was even more handy. Okay, let's use the bulk atomic punch here. Let's do this. we haven't been using the atomic punch that much. So yeah, Blender is great, excellent. Learn how to use Blender, fellas. Okay. This was Charlie Fish. Hello, my friend. This was a funny fight. For sure, I wasn't sure who would win that. But in the end, I had the upper hand and missed my shot here. I think that Hoovy memeing is Hammond, I imagine. Trying to taunt kill me. No? Okay, not right now, okay. So yeah, I'll check chat in just a sec, fellas. Just give me a minute to try and do something with my life here. So I don't die. I think I'm on a good life. Let's try to harass these snipers here. Come on, try, go for a headshot, Mr. Sniper. Come on, go for the headshot. No, I can't kill the sniper, and he won't go for a headshot. So, okay. Migatuga is saying there, Professor, I don't know if you can answer this question, but does Nintendo 64 runs well on the RG351V? For those of you who don't know, the RG351V is a handheld gaming console, kind of like a handheld emulation console by a company called Embernic. I'm interested in buying a retro portable console, and the design of the RG351V caught my eye. Yeah, it looks like a classic Game Boy. You know, it really caught my eye as well when I was looking for a portable device like that, Migatuga. And you know, it can run some Nintendo 64 games, but not a whole lot and not very well. The RG351 line of handhelds, because there's the RG351M, the MP, the V, there's a lot of handhelds in that family. They can run games very well up to PlayStation 1. And the Nintendo 64 emulation is kinda tricky to pull off on those devices. Some games run, but not all of them, you know. The same is for Saturn games, you know, for Sega Saturn games and Dreamcast games, you know. They run, but not all of them and not very well. If you really want Nintendo 64 emulation, Migatuga, perhaps you should look at the Retroid Pocket 2 Plus or the Retroid Pocket 3 that's now on I think they are on a pre-orders. The pre-orders are open for that console, I believe. But I would buy the Retroid Pocket 2 Plus if I was looking for a handheld to play Nintendo 64. And the benefit of the Retroid Pocket 2 Plus and the Retroid Pocket 3 is that they can play up to Dreamcast very well, I've heard, you know. So you are not limited in regards to only the PS1 generation, you know, PS1 and below. I think it isn't even that much expensive in comparison to the RG351V, so I would go for that. I really bought the RG351V when I did because I wanted a console to play Pico 8 games, and the screen resolution and aspect ratio of the 351V is perfect for that. And it can run native Pico 8, you know, it can really run Pico 8, it's not an emulator or anything, because there are some other consoles like that that can run Pico 8 but emulated, not the real thing. So that's why I settled for that. And I don't think the RG350, the Retroid Pocket 2 can play Pico 8 natively. I don't think so. So that's the logic behind my decision. And got killed there. Very nice loadout you got there, Sniper. Pretty stylish, pretty cool. I Hansel saying there, nice. Will do, you've been watching the RGL? No, I haven't, Hansel. The competitive league, you mean? Last night's match was insane, Froyo versus G6. It was probably great, you know. Competitive TF2 is a lot of fun to watch, it is very exciting, you know. I really wish TF2 would, you know, pick up some steam as an esport, because in my opinion it's a lot better for, you know, to watch, is a lot more interesting than Valorant and CSGO and Overwatch, you know, all those that I think are the major competitive shooters that people kind of take seriously. Because there is also Fortnite competitive, but I don't think people really take Fortnite competitive that seriously. Not when compared to, for example, CSGO or Valorant. But I haven't been watching it, you know. Perhaps I should. When a couple of people I knew were streaming competitive TF2 here in South America, I would watch them on a regular basis, you know, our local league. And I really liked it. Highly recommend, fellas. If you Want to watch something interesting? Go check it out. As Hanson is saying, go watch some RGL matches. It is pretty cool. Hey, Dark Knight! Hello there, my friend Dark Knight! Glad to have you here, my friend. If you are available, come play with us. It will be a lot of fun. Okay, I think their sentry is down there, I believe. Hey, you see? Now the Iron Bomber grenades have a correct hitbox, so I can actually dodge those shots. And Uncle Leo is trying to catch me here. No, my friend Uncle Leo, no, mister. Okay, let's try to do something. What can I do here? They have a mini sentry. And also, I'm in a bad spot here, okay. Perhaps I should have retreated. I think it would be better. And by the way, my friend Dark Knight there on chat, thank you so much for the penguin. I really enjoyed it. Dark Knight gifted me yesterday a penguin. This one here, let me show you, fellas. Where did I put it? I think it's here. Yeah, here, this penguin here, Pebbles the penguin. He named it something like OG Linux again, you know, something like this is the translation of the name. So thank you very much, I really appreciate it, my friend Dark Knight. I'm still thinking about in which loadouts I'm gonna use it, but I will definitely use it. It is a very fun cosmetic you gifted me, and I like the reference, so thanks a lot, my friend, pretty cool. I Hanson saying about competitive TF2 grand finals are tonight. Ah, that's very nice, very exciting. Who is on the grand finals, Hanson? Did Froyo Tech manage to get into the finals? What teams are competing? I'd like to know, it would be interesting. We have two scouts looking for me here, okay. Let's try to escape here. Let's put the Bonk Atomic Punch to good use. Very nice, you know. Competitive TF2 could be, you know, the best competitive game out there, the best esport. Because sure, it is different than casual TF2 in the terms that, in the sense that they use kind of like custom rules in terms of what weapons and classes you can use or can't. It isn't really the same experience as playing TF2 casually, but really no competitive game is the same experience as the casual game, you know. CSGO, for example, I think is very different in casual and in competitive, even if you can use the same set of weapons. And there is no arbitrary limitations like that. But it feels different. I think that's kind of like inevitable when you take a game the competitive route. But I think it is great. I've played some sixes before, you know, on some mixes here in Brazil, and had a lot of fun. It is a very interesting scene to get into. You know, I just would not recommend it that you take it too seriously if you are not like Froyo Tech and not playing, you know, on championships that kind of like have a real prize. If you are just playing for fun, then don't take it seriously and you will have a good time. And also try to play with people who don't take it very seriously. It can sound kind of contradictory to say this, you know, like don't take a competitive game too seriously, but I think it is very important, you know, to kind of be relaxed about stuff, you know, even when you are playing competitive mode. Just remember it's a game and you are playing it to have fun and not to prove a point to someone else, you know. That is if you are not on a championship. If you are on a championship, then you are trying to prove a point and then you should take it seriously. I Hanson saying the finals are between Froyo and G6. So they are facing each other again. Very interesting. Very interesting. Perhaps I should try to watch it. At least the replays or something like that. It could be interesting. Very nice. One of the things I really enjoy in those competitive castings, you know, when they match stream, is the commentary. I think the TF2, you know, competitive has great commentators. You know, people who are commenting the match. They really are talented people, for sure. And it really elevates the experience to a whole new level to have a good commentator commenting the match. Okay, let's get out of here. I think I'm in a bad spot, so let's keep these people here busy. Yeah, for a split second. But okay, let's keep them busy. But yeah, very interesting competitive TF2. Check it out, fellas. And Christian is saying, I took my dog for a walk. Who made your outro? I didn't hear it. It was Hovian Sniper, Christian. It wasn't me. I was talking about Hovian Sniper. And he did the outro for me this time. Check out his channel, by the way. Great, he has great animations there. Very interesting work. I highly recommend it. It's pretty cool. Let's try to help this heavy here. Let's see. Yeah, they put up a sentry. Let's make the sentry shoot me. Yeah, this won't work out. My team isn't pushing with me, so it is really a waste of effort just rushing the sentry like that. Hi, Nian is there. Hello there, Nian. Glad to have you here. It's been a while. Do you play Minecraft from time to time off stream? Or even if not, did you at least hear about chat reporting feature? Entire communities against it. I've heard something about that, Nian. I'm not really sure what it is. Explain to me on chat there what happened. But I've heard there is kind of like some controversy regarding that reporting feature, but I'm not really sure what the problem is, because I'm not up to par with the news on Minecraft. And you know, I don't really play Minecraft. I never got into it. I think I tried it once, the free version of Minecraft. And it looked okay, but didn't catch my attention, really. A survival crafting game that I really like is 7 Days to Die. You know, that one I play from time to time. I was even making a series of a gameplay series on my other channel, on my Brazilian channel, about 7 Days to Die, and I really like that one. Highly recommend it, fellas. By the way, it is discounted right now on Steam, because I think there is a survival fest going on or something like that, and 7 Days to Die is being discounted. So go check it out if you like survival games, you know, crafting survival games like Minecraft. But I never really got into Minecraft. It really, you know, didn't catch my interest. Hey, me Wizard, hello there, glad to have you here. And Hanselt, had Benny on Engineer last night. Ah, that's very interesting. Benny is a scout main, isn't he? It makes sense for scouts to switch to Engineer. I think they do that when they are being pushed at last, isn't that? You know, kind of like off-classing, I think that's what they call. So it probably was very interesting, pretty cool. And Delta is talking about Minecraft there. Minecraft had a better community back then. It was superb. Yeah, you know, Minecraft went from being, please correct me if I'm wrong here, but it went from being an indie game to being bought by, that's a nice loadout you got there, a Hov Sniper with the pirate scout here. I don't know if it is a pirate, but I think it looks like a pirate. And me Wizard with a pretty cool head combination for medic. Very nice. But yeah, Minecraft went from being an indie game to being purchased by Microsoft, wasn't that? I think it is currently a Microsoft IP, isn't it? And I can imagine, you know, in that transition, stuff kinda sucks right now, because I'm not really a fan of AAA gaming right now. I think, you know, I think the okay, I think the... Ah, no, I didn't want to kill you, Uncle Leo. I hope you don't die. Ah, and I've died, okay. I won the duel there. But I think Uncle Leo got the points, or none of us did. I don't know what happened. But okay. But yeah, I'm not a fan of AAA gaming right now. I think it kind of sucks, you know, and large corporations are actually ruining what makes games special and fun and good, you know. So I can see why being acquired by Microsoft was a problem for Minecraft in the end. You know, it has its benefits. Now the game has a lot more resources, you know, but yeah, perhaps it was better to remain in the game instead of becoming a corporate product, you know. So yeah. Inans is saying there, depending on version, Bedrock or Java, because of the new reporting system, he's explaining there. You cannot even play single player. Like really, so you say illegal versions of Minecraft are now safer than people who bought the game? Bruh moment, yeah. Yeah, that's really a bad move, I think, Nyan, because it will actually incentivize people to pirate the game. I remember it was Game New, and Game New has made a lot of mistakes and said a lot of dumb things in his life, but he once said that piracy is not a problem of price, it is a problem of service or of access to a product. And if you kind of like block people from accessing a product, then they will pirate it. So yeah, that really is problematic. I'm all for for community moderation on multiplayer games, and I'm all for banning bad actors. You know, I think that's something that is very important as a TF2 community server provider. You know, I also do community management on my servers, and I ban bad actors, and you know that's important to keep the game playable. But perhaps what they are doing on Minecraft isn't the best strategy. You know? I'm not really a fan, you know, if that's the case, as you are explained there. If people who are banned can't even play single player, that's really a problem. People should be able to play at least single player, even if they have been banned from multiplayer, you know. Doesn't really make sense, that's for sure. And Delta is saying it about Minecraft, I think. Everything was new to discover, updates rolled out faster, and forums had about 500 players discussing. Servers were all community-based, nowadays it's just minigames. Yeah, that's a vibe I get from Minecraft Delta, especially for, you know, kind of like seeing... Whenever YouTube recommends me a Minecraft video to watch, it is always some sort of minigame. It is never the actual Minecraft game, you know. So perhaps that's one of the things I don't get it about Minecraft. It is imagine if TF2 was actually mainly community game modes, like versus Sexton Hale and Prop Hunt and all of that. You know, don't get me wrong, those community game modes are fun, but I think the main game is more fun, really. It would be a shame if TF2 got kinda like its fame only from those mini games, from those custom game modes and stuff like that. So yeah, that's weird, you know. It is a weird vibe I get from the Minecraft scene. I can't really put my finger on what it is, but I find it kinda weird. It is not for me, really. So yeah. And Victor is saying doesn't think the Minecraft community is bad. Yeah, you know, it probably isn't. Minctor, it's just that there are some bad actors, you know, a minority of bad actors in the game. And it's like that with any multiplayer game, really. TF2 is like that as well. Some people like to say that TF2 has a very bad community, TF2 is the most toxic game ever, and every game is the most toxic game ever, if you only listen to the bad people in the community. But if you actually pay attention to the majority of players, it usually is a pretty nice community, you know. It's just that the bad actors are very loud, and we have to learn to filter them out until they are like banned or removed from the game for whatever reason, through whatever system the admins are using to do that, you know. Ah, come on, Dark Knight! Dark Knight always surprises me with his charges. That's very nice. And Hansel saying there, yeah, I agree. Microsoft are on the high right now, but who knows what those will do with others at the top seat. Yeah, you know, I don't really think we can trust corporations, you know. I'm very distrustful. Distrustful, is that a word? I'm very suspicious of large corporations. Even Valve, which, you know, usually is on kind of like the good side with PC gamers, I don't really trust them. I think the noteworthy things and the innovation and the real revolution is always on the indie side of things, you know. And really, corporations just want your money, you know. That's why they operate. They want to get your bucks. That's all they care about. So we can't really praise them too much, and we can't really trust them and rely on them too much, you know. But yeah, it is always nice to have competition, and I think the current scenario between, you know, Microsoft and Sony really inspires that competition, and that's a good thing. But yeah, don't trust corporations, is what I'm trying to say. Enjoy what they do, you know. Pay for their services when you think they are worth it, but don't trust corporations. They are not your friends. They want to be friends with your wallet, and only that. That's how it works. So don't get attached. Okay, let's try to retreat here, because I'm almost dead, and now I'm dead. Okay, I jinxed myself. What else are you saying there? Pachi is saying there, cheese. Yeah, very nice. Cheese is great, pretty cool. And Hansel saying, I believe every multiplayer game should have the option to host your own server for the preservation of a product. Yeah, I agree with that as well, Hansel. That's very important. And, you know, I really appreciate TF2 for having that option. I wish more games shipped with that sort of system, you know, to host your own servers. But in the end, if a product isn't open sourced, it can't really be preserved unless, you know, we kind of rely on piracy, because eventually games will stop being sold and will stop being available for people to download, especially digital-only games. And when that happens, if the game has not been made freely available, you know, as an open source product, people will have to pirate it to have access to it, and that can be problematic, you know. For a lot of old games that are abandoned where that works pretty well, you know, the piracy, but because it isn't legal, it is kind of a risky move. It is always better when games get open sourced. That's, you know, in part why, for example, Doom and Quake still have a very large community, because those games are open source. So even if id Software isn't distributing those games anymore, you know, if that day ever comes, people can still download those games and make them run somehow on their computers, because they are legally allowed to do that, because the game is open source. So yeah, preservation of software walks, you know, together with open source. Not one needs the other, but the preservation aspect needs the open source aspect, is what I'm trying to say here. So yeah. Delta is saying about Minecraft. Someone released an exploit for this new chat moderation thing on Minecraft. You can change the order of the messages in reports and falsely ban people. Ah, that's problematic. I hope Microsoft can sort that out, because that's really a problem, you know. Whenever a reporting system can create false flags like that and get innocent people banned, it is very dangerous. Especially for, you know, people who paid for a product. Because I think there are versions of Minecraft that are paid nowadays, aren't that? You know, you have to pay to play it. At least some versions, I think. So yeah, that's worrisome for sure. And Yan is saying there, to be fair, TF2 is a custom mod of Half-Life, so more custom support is nice. Having original game make you unable to play no matter what is not nice. Yeah, that's true, for sure. For sure, Nia. I just think that TF2 is not a mod of Half-Life. You know, it is built on the source engine, but TF2 was built, I believe, I'm not sure, but I believe TF2 was built from the ground up as a standalone game. You don't need Half-Life 2 to play TF2, that's what I mean. It's not a mod of Half-Life. The classic Team Fortress started out as a mod, so that's true. But TF2 is a standalone game, which really, you know, doesn't really make much of a difference. I'm just pointing that out. So yeah. And Delta is saying about Minecraft, they are trying to fix something that isn't broken. Yeah, that's what corporations do, really. You know, if they just wanted to moderate their community, instead of creating an automated system that has its flaws, you know, because automation is a good thing, really. It makes life easier in a lot of regards, you know, and reduces the workload we have to do as human beings. So when that is the case, automation is a good thing. But when it is flawed, really what they could do is hire human moderators to do their job as moderators, you know, kind of like we do with community servers on TF2, to have actual people moderating the game instead of relying on an automated tool, on a bot that, you know, you can't really trust. Not that you can really trust people, but I think it is a bit easier to hold people accountable for what they are doing than an automated system, you know. If suddenly Microsoft would start noticing that they are getting a lot of false bans, you know, or bans that are wrong or something like that, they could check out who issued those bans, you know, which employee did that, and then have a talk with that employee, or, you know, take some action against any abuse of authority that is happening. You can't do that with a bot, and oftentimes you don't really know if a bot is working properly or not. So that's really a problem, I think. But, you know, companies don't want to do that, to hire people to work as moderators for their communities, because they would have to pay salaries, and that would kinda, you know, be a problem for their profits. Potentially. So that's why they don't do that. They want to solve everything with automation. They don't want to employ people. And that's very bad. That's very bad. People should be employed, you know, to have a decent life, and, you know, to generate work for people is a good thing for the economy and for society. So it is kind of lame that these tech companies are trying to do the opposite by using automation. Really disappoints me in that sense, but it's how it goes. I don't really think there is going back to having people do that sort of work. Guess that's it. And Hobby saying there, I got 2 points on our duo because of only assists. That's an interesting thing, Hobby. I don't think assists should count for duels. I know you're on my team now, very nice, my friend. I don't think assists should count for duels. Only straight up kills, in my opinion. It would make things more fair, I think. And yeah, he's saying about Minecraft as well. Fellas are passionate about Minecraft, that's very interesting. Also, you know, you effed up when most popular YouTubers promoting your game, for example, Ant Venom, I'm not familiar with that name, start saying it's bad and should be removed. Yeah. Anyways, how was your day? My day was great, Nian. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, my friend. It was an excellent day. Yeah, you know, if there is community backlash, I think really there is something to say about that sort of situation, for sure. Not that players always know what's better for games, you know. Oftentimes players don't really know what's better for the games they like playing. That happens, you know. That's why we actually have game designers designing games. But when almost everyone is saying some new mechanic or feature is not good, then perhaps the game designers and engineers should stop to listen. At least a little bit, you know. Okay, let's go for a melee fight here. Why can't we hit each other? It is so funny, these melee fights on TF2. They are so... Ah, okay, I'm gonna die, okay. Very nice, average fish enjoyer. Ah, it's Rayman, very nice, Rayman. Pretty good run there with the fish, very nice. I hinted saying that grand finals are 5:30 p.m. for Brazil, I think. Ah, that's very nice to know, Hansel. Very nice, I'll try to watch it if I'm free. It will be exciting for sure. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Ah, come on, could not hit that engineer there. But yeah, about my Damian, I've been having very productive days, you know, recently. I was kinda lazy for a while in July, but ever since the end of July, I've been very productive. I haven't been posting more than one video per week on the channel. Okay, got you there. But I have a lot of videos already edited and ready to be published. And that's a very good thing, you know, for the channel. So I know that even if something happens and I can't play TF2, I can't edit videos or something like that, I have some work done to kind of like work as a buffer, you know, until I can make videos again. And I even this week wrote a script for a main discussion video that I've been thinking about for a couple of weeks now, but I finally managed to write a script for it. So you can expect to see, oh my god, there's a sentry there. You can expect to see it on the channel soon. It is an interesting discussion, I think. Kind of a controversial video. I don't know if everyone will agree with what I have to say on that video, but it will be an interesting discussion, I believe. So I finished the script, now I will translate it, because I always write my scripts first in English and then I translate them for Portuguese, which is my native language, to make a video for this channel and also for my Brazilian channel. And then I'll start working on editing the video. So that's my plan. And aside from you know, working on my channel, on my videos, I've also been very productive in game programming and design. I don't know if you fellas saw on Twitter, I'll show it later here on stream before I finish stream. But I released a game this week, you know, it is a short arcade game, nothing major, but I have released a complete game for you fellas to play and to enjoy. Okay, let's destroy this sentry here. Yeah, nice. Okay, we can't let Minctory play sentries whatever he feels like. We can't allow that. So I finished and shipped that game. I'll show it for you fellas if you weren't able to check it out on my Twitter this week. And I'm already working on my next video game project. Programming it and kind of like thinking the design of the game. That's very interesting stuff, you know. I highly recommend you fellas to check out programming and game design. It is a lot of fun, very cool hobby. So I've been doing a lot of that and I've been having excellent days, really. I've been really enjoying it. Also, I've been watching the original Dragon Ball, the old school Dragon Ball, and I'm having a blast watching it. It is a lot of fun, very funny cartoon. Highly recommend it. Okay, got you there. Kind of disgraceful, you know, on my part to kill you like that. Hey man, I'm sorry, but I got you there. Pretty nice. What else are you saying? Let me know there. Let's see. Ainian is also saying about downvoting every post about this update, about Minecraft. To me, that's interesting. That's very interesting. And Hansel saying, have you thought about having player destruction on the rotation of maps? Would love to see some player destruction. Always thought it would be fun with manpower mode ups, power-ups as well. Manpower power-ups. I think I have the player destruction maps on our rotations. Let me see here. But I think we do have. Yeah, we have Cursed Cove, Farmageddon, Monster Bash, Pit of Death, Snowview, and Watergate. And probably we have some community ones as well. Let me see. Yeah, we have a player destruction version of the Groot Keep, kind of like player destruction medieval mode. That one's a lot of fun. I actually really like it. Yeah, and that's it. So we have Hanselt player destruction on the rotation for our servers. You know, if you want to check it out, all you have to do is start a vote for it. And if enough people feel like playing player destruction, they will vote yes and you can check it out. If you manage to get on the server when it is empty and after that invite some friends, you can even change the map by yourself. So that's pretty cool. And about the video I was working on, Hansel is asking if I have something to show you fellas, a tease. I don't think I want to spoil it, Hansel. You'll see it when it is done. don't worry about it. But it is a discussion on a topic that is very important in my opinion, and I've already mentioned it on this stream even. So it is something we were talking about here today on stream. So yeah. And Delt is saying there about game development. You were talking about Godot, the Godot game engine in last year's live streams. Yeah, last year I was using Godot a lot, but recently I've switched to Pico 8 as the platform I develop on. You know, Godot game engine is excellent, especially if you have more complicated projects in mind, kind of like 3D stuff and more complicated 2D games. But what I've been really enjoying doing is programming more like simpler arcade games. Stuff like, you know, Pac-Man, like Galaga, like Asteroids, that sort of small game, you know. It is interesting because Pico 8 is very limited in all regards, and it is a 2D game programming, you know. You can do 3D on Pico 8, but you really have to be good at coding for that. So it is mostly a 2D game engine. And I've been really appreciating the simplicity of it all, and you can really complete a game in a short time. The last one I made, you know, the one I released recently, I completed in 1 month. So it was actually very fast to develop it. But Godot game engine is excellent as well. It's pretty good, very nice. And Pomok saying there Linux. Yeah, Linux is great. Linux is excellent. It's the best. I really like it. Dark Knight has to go. Bye bye, Dark Knight. Had a good time with you. Very nice. And also, Nyan has also to go. Have a good week, Nyan. See you next Sunday. And Victor is asking if I'm gonna put Dust Bowl Classic, the TF version of Dust Bowl, on the rotation. I'm not sure, Victory. I might do that just for you, so you can play that map on my servers. But I'm still thinking about it. I'll let you know when I decide it. I didn't get a case here. Come on. And Dominic is saying that the Jarate is not balanced. Why so, Dominic? Why do you think the Jarate is not balanced? I don't have a problem really with Jarate, to be honest. I think that weapons that are not balanced in TF2 currently are the Wrangler. The Wrangler really is overpowered. It should be rebalanced. Okay, I died in the process, but it's okay. And the Widowmaker for Engineer. I don't think that weapon should be able to receive crits. Or to get crits at all, you know. I think it should be like the Cow Mangler, only receiving mini crits. But the Widowmaker I just find a bit annoying because it can crit. But the Wrangler is overpowered and needs balance, in my opinion. But the Jarate is okay, really, in my opinion, at least. Hey, Misa! Glad to have you here, my friend. Nice to have you on stream. Welcome to the stream. I'll be finishing up soon, you know. I think I'll just play this round here, and then we'll start closing up stream. And I'll show you, fellas, the game I have developed. You can play it on the browser, so you don't even have to download it. Okay, this soldier just now noticed me. Okay, let's try to win this match here. A lot of people. Ah, no, don't want to die to a Demon Knight. No. Ah, come on. The swords for Demon Man has such a large reach. I always get surprised by how far away they can reach you. I wouldn't say it is unfair, because really, if you are meleeing as Demon Knight, you should have more reach. But it surprises me, you know, I'm not really used to that. Dominic is saying there, Wrangler is overpowered and also deserves to be complained about. The Jarate is overpowered, but people just don't care. But why is it overpowered, Dominic? Explain it to us. I want to hear your reasoning there. You know, I don't know. I don't know if it is. If people don't care, is it really overpowered, you know? Because if it were overpowered, then certainly people would be complaining about it. Like they complain with the Wrangler. I don't know. But explain to me, why do you think it is overpowered? I want to know. It will be interesting. But yeah, perhaps I'm in that, you know, realm of people who really don't care if the Jarate is overpowered. And you explained there, Jarate is a stronger than insta-kill hit-scan weapon. It specializes in single target elimination, compared the Jarate to buff banner. But I don't really get it, you know, Dominic. Perhaps I'm not really understanding what you were trying to say there. But I don't think it is stronger than an insta-kill hit-scan weapon, in my opinion. Because you have to first hit the Jarate throw, you know. Then you have to chase the player that is soaked in Jarate. And then you have to hit a strike, you know, an attack on that player. So I don't see it as overpowered. I'm sorry. I'm saying Widowmaker is not overpowered. Yeah, not overpowered, but annoying and unfair, because it can receive crits. It should not be able to receive crits, in my opinion. Do that and the Widowmaker is perfect, in my eyes, in my opinion. So yeah, but I don't really think there is much point to complaining about weapons, you know. It's just that they should be better balanced, you know. It would be nice, for sure. Would be a nice thing, especially now that we have someone working on TF2. Perhaps they could balance weapons that the community finds are annoying or overpowered, like this Discord shot. I, for example, like this Discord shot as it is, but I think it could be balanced, it could be tweaked a little bit, you know. That would not be a bad thing. So yeah. It was nice playing with you as well, Hovi. Very nice. Always a lot of fun to play with you. So yeah, fellas, let me show you the game I made just before I end stream right now. So let me find the URL for it and paste on the stream chat there. Just give me a sec, fellas. Just a sec. Here it is. I'll paste the URL for the game on niche there on the chat, so you fellas can check it out. And let me open my screen so I can show it to you. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Here, this is the game. For those of you who don't know, Pico 8, which is kind of like the platform this game was developed for, is a fantasy console. It is a pretend retro console, you know. Kind of like the NES, but a bit more powerful than that. I lowered the volume of the sound a little bit, but please let me know if it is too loud, because this game has some music. Let me lower it even a little bit more. Yeah, I think like this should be okay for you fellas. So this is the game I made. You know, it's saying my high score is 46,000, but on my notebook it is actually 69,000. My high score on this game. And the idea is that you are a fish swimming in the ocean and you have to tailgate turtles to kind of like swim behind them, very close to them, to score points. And if you hit a turtle, you lose a health point, and if you lose all health points, you die. So that's the idea of the game. You also have other obstacles, like there are some starfish and sea urchins that go around on screen trying to hit you. And you have to see for how long you can survive and how much can you score. With time, the games get faster, so the obstacles will scroll down faster on your screen. So it gets more challenging like that. And you get some extra lives when you hit a certain score threshold. You know, kind of like a dodge obstacles or quick reflexes game, something like this, you know. And I had a lot of fun making it, and I would feel very honored if you fellas tried playing it and shared your high scores or something like that on Twitter with me. That would be a lot of fun. I have the rules explained down below here if you fellas want to read it, and there's even a small drawing of the hitboxes of the game and a bit of the story of it, like what I was thinking about when I was developing the game. So it was very, very fun thing to do, you know. So that's it, and I'm already working on my next one. So check this one out if you felt interested by that. Alright, I think my audio was muted, the music audio, but okay, no problem. You can check out the music in the link there. Misa is saying there, Arch Linux Chad. Thank you so much, Misa. Yes, I use Arch, by the way. Arch Linux is great. It is pretty nice. Before I finish Dominic's further explaining about the Jarate. The Jarate is just a free buff banner charge. Soak the entire group of enemies and they are forced to retreat. That is huge. No cost to the sniper, no skill involved. Yeah, that I can see where you are coming from there, for sure. As a support item, it is way too strong. It recharges in 20 seconds. That is how long it takes for a player to respawn, not to mention the counterplay is almost non-existent. Yeah, in that sense, it really is a bit overpowered. I can agree with you in that regard. But for casual play, Dominic, really, it is okay, you know. I don't think it really needs changing for casual play. So yeah. So yeah, fellas, thank you so much for being here with me. Minctor is saying goodbye, bye-bye as well. Minctor, Trolleyfish, and everyone. Thank you very much for being here on stream with me, playing with me, you know, chatting. I really appreciate these moments we share. And I hope you fellas have an excellent week. So until next time, I love all of you. Here's a big heart for you. And bye-bye, everyone.